Hello and welcome everybody to Game 2 of Nerchio versus DBS from the GIGABYTE Cup. In Game 1 we saw some solid play there from Nerchio as he was able to just pretty much defend and expand, play pretty much standard Zerg play. DBS tried to go for some early aggression, wasn't quite able to do the damage, though he did deny a gold expansion for a little while. Nerchio just took it right back again, tried to put on a little bit of counter aggression, and his opponent really just didn't have a whole lot. Caught his opponent in the middle of expanding, was able to take him out with a big Roachling infester push. So here in Game 2, spawning in the top right position as the Red Terran, we have DBS. Playing in the bottom left position, the player that if he wins this game is going to be taking the set. Playing from Team Acer, we have Nerchio. Nerchio is going to, of course, be playing as the blue Zerg down here in the lower left position of MLG Daybreak. MLG Daybreak, for those of you that don't know, is a smaller map. It's only a 2-player map, and it's, I think, a very, very good choice here for DBS. And there's a few reasons why. First of all, if you check out the mini-map down here for just a moment with me, then you can see that all unit traffic coming from DBS's base has to either go up this ramp, down this ramp to get to their opponent's base, or up this ramp, down this ramp. So this map tends to favor a lot of siege tank play just because there are so many high grounds all over the place that force units through chokes. Zergs pretty much hate chokes. Zergs like to fight in nice big wide open areas where they can get big surrounds on their opponents. Anytime they have to fight at ramps or chokes, it's not going to be a favorable position for Zerg in general. Now there is a middle path that you can take, but there's a big hunk of destructible debris here in the middle that needs to be torn down first and doesn't usually get torn down till the mid game. So I think this map tends to favor Terran a little bit, not only for that reason, but also because if you'll notice, there is huge, massive amounts of space all around all the bases. That is going to be very, very strong for drop play. Very easy to hide lots of medevacs in here. Come in, drop them off, then just pull right back out here and be very, very safe out in this open space. So this does favor Terran just a little bit, so I wouldn't be surprised to see DBS going for that similar Marine siege tank style with drops in this Game 2 to try to take his win. Now, Nerchio is right now going to be taking a fast expansion here. He did take his fast hatch, followed by that pool and by that gas, and he's continuing to just drone up, playing very, very standard Zerg opening right now. Now, unit compositions that I think Nerchio could be going for a similar reason that drops are good, on this map Mutalisks are also very, very good. The exact reason. If he gets up here with a pack of Mutalisks, he can poke in here, kill a few SCVs, and then just pull right back out again. Very, very safe. It's very, very safe to do that on this map. So I think Nerchio would be very wise to go for Mutalisks. But from what I've been seeing from Nerchio's play lately, he's been favoring Roachling against Terran, which is something that we're starting to see a little bit of a resurgence of in this matchup. For a long time, it was strictly just Ling, Baneling, and Muta for Zerg players against Terran, and there are still many players that play that way, Idra, of course, being one of the biggies. But a lot of Korean players actually are now playing with this Roachling style instead of going for those Mutalisks, just because those Mutalisks, while they are very good at harassing, they're just so bad at direct engagements. They go down so fast to just Marines, and if Thors are added to the mix, it also makes it very, very hard to deal with them and makes it a very, very micro-intensive battle for Zerg players. So this is something that's starting to becoming a little bit more popular. Now, we do have a similar opening from DBS, that one racks into one gas with that reactor factory coming out. While he throws down that command center, going to be applying a little bit of pressure to his opponent with these Hellions. Really, really like this play from Terran players. You always want to be applying some pressure as you take your expansions, because if Terran players were not to do this, imagine this push. If DBS were to not have these two Hellions here pushing into his opponent's base, and he was just right now taking this command center, he would have, what, a few Hellions here, maybe a few Marines, Marauders, maybe, and he's taking an expansion here at this wide open expansion. Now, there is something of a choke here, but it's not a huge choke, and Zerglings and things can easily slip through there. It's not a narrow choke, not as narrow as in Shattered Temple. So I think this applying pressure is absolutely a smart move here for DBS. He doesn't want Nerchio applying any pressure on him while he's taking his expansion. He wants to be able to freely take his expansion, and so these Hellions are what allows him to do that. Now Nerchio does have a few lings that he has produced here. Zergling speed is now up. He is back to mining gas. I did not catch whether he actually stopped mining gas there for a little bit, but I believe he did. If my read of his gas count is accurate, the only thing he has produced that costs any gas at all is Roach Warren and that Zergling speed. So I think that was absolutely a wise choice. And no, actually, yeah, you know what? As I said that, then I thought, you know what, I don't think Roach Warrens cost any gas at all, and I was absolutely right about that. Roach Warrens cost no gas, just minerals. So yeah, I think he definitely pulled guys off of gas there. Sorry, I missed that. Now, in the base of DBS right now, looks like DBS is now transitioning very similarly as in Game 1. He's now just getting up lots and lots of barracks, getting up a starport to start getting up those reactored starports for medevac, double medevac production, and Nerchio, just like in Game 1, is now going to be getting up those roaches, going to be throwing down a very fast third as well. It is only the 8-minute mark, and he's already taking his third. That's a fairly normally timed third, considering the opening that DBS went for. If DBS went for a little bit more one-base pressure, then that third would definitely not be going up at this point in time. But Nerchio now just getting up his gas geyser, still continuing to get up more drones, getting up some roaches, but still mixing drones onto that production tab, as you can see now. Interestingly enough, we do have a Baneling nest here going up for Nerchio. Did we? I don't even think we ever saw a Baneling nest go up in Game 1, so it looks like he's going to be adding Banelings into his mix here in Game 2. So this is going to be an interesting move here by Nerchio that I am okay with, just because he's seeing, so far he's seen the same exact opening. He's seen the identical opening from his opponent. At this point, he's pretty much betting that his opponent is going to be going for that similar build that he went for in Game 1, where he's going to be getting up that very fast Marine siege tank composition, and so he's just metagaming his opponent just a little bit here and starting to get down that Baneling nest early to be able to deal with all those Marines that we're going to be seeing from DBS. Now we do have the Glial Reconstitution coming down, so it looks like Nerchio is going to be committing a little bit to roaches, and he's going to be transferring a lot of drones over here to the third. This is something that well, actually, no, he's not actually doing what I thought he was doing. Well, maybe. I don't know. What is common for a lot of players, ooh, we do have a big push now coming out from DBS. What I was saying was that what a lot of good Zerg players will do is once they get up new bases, they will transfer from their existing bases to their new, so that they don't have to just rally all their hatcheries over to their new base and then be producing a lot of drones that then have to walk long distances. Now DBS is going to be getting a little bit aggressive here. He's got that very, very similar push to as he had in Game 1, if not absolutely identical. Small number of Marauders with a big number of Marines. He stimmed a little bit early there for my tastes. I don't think that stim that far back was necessary, but he did get off that early stim. There he does now have to burn a second stim right now. Banelings coming in to the fight right now, but DBS is very well spread out right now, and here comes some more Banelings. Oh no, DBS needs to pull all of those Marines and Marauders back. They're getting so close. Those Banelings do connect with quite a few Marines there. DBS not pulling back as early as he could have, and now he's just going to be forced to lift up and pull back, having not done that much aggression. I kind of thought he might pick off that hatchery, but he wasn't able to quite get it, and now Nerchio is going to be up one base ahead of his opponent. And what is Nerchio's response to holding off this pressure? It is going to be getting up more and more drones. If we check out the harvester count right now, we can see that he is up 62 harvesters to 48. He's also on 3 base. That is going to start to kick in very, very soon. We do see an infestation pit that is now up. Pathogen glands is now being researched here for Nerchio. No Baneling speed quite being researched yet. Looks like he, ooh, drop coming down for DBS once again. Gonna try to come in and pick off some more drones. Doesn't quite get too many there. Looks like so far, yeah, he's only killed about 4 harvesters, and now going to be forced to just pull back. Nerchio has some very well-placed roaches here. Does he have some placed at other bases as well? One of the marks, no, he's throwing up spine crawlers though, so that's a smart move by Nerchio. One of the hallmarks of a good player is a player who doesn't just send their entire army every time he sees a drop to just hit the one button and just send your entire army over there. One of the hallmarks of a good player is knowing how much of your army to split off to have to deal with drops. DBS has one Viking that is out on the field, moving around, picking off Overlords. Really, really like that play from DBS. Looks like DBS now trying to take a third base, but Nerchio going to be moving in with a lot of lings, deny this third base from going down for a while. Small group of Marines and Marauders, and oh, that was a big stim going off for DBS there. I really don't like that play from DBS. If you're doing that, you want to only stim small groups of Marines, and really he wasn't going to trap all those Zerglings with that stim there, so all he did there was really just cost himself a whole lot of medevac energy to heal up those Marines there. DBS just getting a little bit too stim happy there. Do not like that from DBS. You need to be very, very careful with that because medevac energy is very, very precious later on. Nerchio, though, just expanding all over the place, taking 2 expansions, seeing that his opponent is taking a third. He said, you know what, well, if you're going to take a third, I'm going to take a fourth and a fifth. I have plenty of resources to do it. I've got a lot of lings being very active around the map that's going to allow me to do that, just because I'm going to know if you decide to move out or apply any pressure to me. And ooh, this Viking still moving around the edges of the map, picking off any stray Overlords, but I don't think it's managed to pick off too many. Only 2 kills on that Viking, most likely Overlords. And ooh, we do have some Infestors now moving in. One Infestor instantly goes down, but beautiful fungal growth going down here by Nerchio. He was able to catch so many Marines in that group, and wow, that was a lot of Marines lost there for DBS. If we check out the units lost tab, we can see, wow, that they're actually very, very, very close in terms of resources lost right now. But of course, Nerchio is on 3 bases, or 5 bases rather. He's at 162 supply to the 126 supply of DBS. So he's actually looking very, very, very good right now. DBS trying to macro up some forces together, but it looks like Nerchio is just not really giving him the chance to be aggressive right now. He's really trying to get up this 3 base so that once he's got these 3 bases up, he'll be able to start to surge forward lots and lots of units. Nerchio doing the identical build to last time, starting that Hive Tech. We also see a Spire coming down here somewhere. We do have a drop that is in the back right now. Did he actually drop them? No, he didn't get any more kills, but it looks like Nerchio is going to start to get a little bit aggressive here. He's going to start to take down the destructible rocks in front of DBS's base. He does have a siege tank here in position, but this other one placed a little bit far back right now. Doesn't quite finish off those destructible rocks, and he's now going to be moving around to this third, going to try to deny this third from going down. There's not a whole lot here to defend it. There is only 1 bunker and a siege tank, and Nerchio is in full army mode right now, producing lots and lots of Zerglings to reinforce this army, using this small group of Infestors. Beautiful fungal growth going down on all of these units there of DBS's, and another fungal growth goes down, now dropping all the infested swarm eggs. So many roaches and lings, taking out all the workers here at this lower base. None of them get pulled away here by DBS. So far, 17 workers killed right now for DBS, and Nerchio is just cleaning up right now, continuing to rally in more units. Roach is still down here taking down the third, while some are down here dealing with the army. More lings being produced right now. They are all going to be popping out on the way. Greater Spire now on the way, as well as 4 Corruptors, plus 2 melee attacks on the way as well. So it looks like Nerchio going to be hitting very hard here very soon, and holy cow, we're getting a little bit of lag. I apologize for the lag. Looks like it is now clearing up though. And now Nerchio just going to be pulling back to a central location. This is something that I really like from Nerchio. I'm actually going to check and see whether, yes, all of his buildings are rallied to the center of the map. This is something that is a smart play to do. And oh my god, so many Zerglings just walking right into the natural expansion of DBS, picking off lots of Marines and Marauders, and now just going to be pulling back. Adrenal Glands now going down for Nerchio. Absolutely love that play. It is so often forgotten. That upgrade is just forgotten so much. One thing I was going to say before was that he was rallying to the center. This is something I like. A lot of players will just continue to rally outside their natural or somewhere near their bases, but if you're being aggressive, you want your units to spawn and instantly be much closer to where you are being aggressive. So this is one thing that Stefano is actually ridiculously good at. Stefano, in the middle of battles, is always changing his hatchery rally points, like mid-battle, so that as he's producing units, they're constantly just joining the fight, getting a huge number of reinforcements constantly entering his base. And it looks like DBS is now moving in with a small group of Marine Marauder here. He's going to start to pick off this hatchery, and it looks like that hatchery is going to go down. It looks like he, in the meantime, in response to this, he's just going to produce a ton of Banelings right now. So many Banelings on the production tab right now. If you check out that units tab, 24 Banelings are currently out here for Nerchio. We do have 2 Broodlords on the way as well. Lots of Infestors gaining a lot of energy. Big number of Corruptors out on the field right now. and it looks like all these units have been picked up here by DBS, and ooh, Nerchio doesn't quite get the fungal growth off on all of them, but there we go. Fungal growth now going down on all the Marines and Marauders. Banelings now coming in, connecting with anything. These Banelings don't even have Baneling speed. They are just going to be blowing up on everything, and Nerchio taking a pretty commanding lead. 174 supply, 180 supply now to the 120 of DBS in the units lost tab. Nerchio is finally starting to take a little bit of a lead. We do have +3 Zerg Carapace coming along the way. 6 Broodlords now on the production tab here. And DBS really just doesn't have anything to be able to deal with this. He's got 5 Vikings out here on the map, but man, look at this army from Nerchio. This is looking so big and so scary. Nerchio is being so good about his macro right now. He is in full out macro mode, constantly retaking bases while he's being aggressive, taking another one down in this lower position as well, just taking over the entire map as he continues to rally in more units, not ever forgetting his upgrades. This is something that I really like from Nerchio. This is what makes a huge difference between the high level players and, you know, lower level players. Lower level players will tend to forget their upgrades. Sure, they'll remember their +1/+1 upgrades, maybe their +2/+2 upgrades, but as you start to get into that +3/+3 range, then a lot of players will tend to start to forget their upgrades. But Nerchio, not forgetting about his upgrades at all, being very much on top of his upgrades, and oh my god, Nerchio just has so many forces. These Vikings trying to come in and focus down these Broodlords, but the Corruptor count is just a little bit too high, and the Baneling count from Nerchio is just really high as he is now taking out this third base with these Broodlords, and you are just abusing Zerg, says DBS as he leaves the game with no GG. Nerchio just cleaning up DBS, meaning that he is moving on to the finals in this particular GIGABYTE Cup. I believe it was against Goody. Not sure if I'm going to be casting that game. I feel like I've been casting a lot of Goody lately just because he shows up so much in the European tournaments like the Zotac Cup, the GIGABYTE Cup, and the GO4 SC2 Cup. So I don't know. Maybe I'll cast that tomorrow if there are no other intriguing games to cast for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. If you guys have any suggestions for making these casts better, please comment down below. I'm always trying to improve my casts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Big heart to all of you guys, and Glitch out.